Hey guys, welcome to Simply Bitcoin, channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news, fails, and a meme review. We've got it all. Drop us a like and subscribe. Let's kick it off. Clark Moody dashboard. Here we go. All right, so we're looking at a block height of 650,725. We're looking at a price of 10,762. Looking at chain rewrite days of 519 and total lightning capacity. Should have a little drum roll for this. 1,114.69 BTC.
That's so
Okay.
bullish, so bullish, baby. All those shit coins, man, saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's too slow." They have no idea what's coming, man. They have no idea what's coming. Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. All right, so today's daily fail is going to seem like an old one, but lately we've been seeing a lot of stuff about NFTs. Okay, and although I'm not somebody who's, this is an older tweet, but it has to do with what we're seeing recently, and it just reminded me of this purchase. So read by @MuratPack just sold to @Museum of Crypto for 29.12 ETH or $7,132. I want people to take a look at this. This is a red square. Okay. So somebody paid $7,000 for a red frickin' square.
a digital
Now listen,
red square.
you can do whatever you want with your money. Okay, like the disparity between people who choose not to spend their money on this and the people who do, right? That's what creates opportunity and all of that stuff. Because there's a buyer for almost anything out there. And of course, I've seen some really fancy NFTs that look really cool. Okay. And maybe those are a little bit easier to justify purchasing.
Could you define what an NFT is for the audience that doesn't know?
I don't remember what the definition is. I'm super
Okay,
sorry.
don't worry. I'll put it
is?
I'll put it right here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. Okay, so Phil, what's the lesson for today?
I mean, look, there's no real lesson. It's really like the fail is just be careful when you're spending your money, because $7,000 on a red square. I mean, it's really debatable that that's art.
It's not art. All right. So Nico's got a lesson too. Quit your job and make red squares, because apparently that's the way to go. Anyways, totally joking. Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
Our homie Psychedelic Bart. He recommended this to us, but the meme is by RDBTC. He's also a homie. And
I love his memes.
Wife, I just talked to the bank. We're broke. Husband. Bro. Okay. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Drum roll, please. Phil, what are you going to give it, bro? 9.8. Hell yeah. All right. So I might steal your thunder. I might steal your thunder a little bit here. 9.8 as well.
Oh, see, so, okay. I don't know if you saw the original of that one, okay? But the original, or not necessarily the original, but somebody made it, or maybe it was, they made a Ledger version of it. Mm-hmm. And that's weak. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Ledger, and I'm not a fan of their closed source. I'm just not a fan of their product. But this is way better, and it was done with the cold
It's so
card.
much better.
But I also think
cold card.
I also think that it's also niche, which is why I didn't give it the perfect 10, because like the cold card is really for like the Bitcoiner. It's not like it's tinfoil hat people that are like us, that are having these things.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
But still, I loved it.
Yeah, me too. It was great, bro. Dude, it made me laugh, man. It made me laugh, and it's fucking Leo DiCaprio, and I know exactly that scene from Django.
Yes.
So I just picture that, but like just with a different script, and it just makes me laugh. All right,
so good.
So let's move on to the next meme. All right, so this is by our homie from the Simply Bitcoin Telegram channel. That if you guys join, you guys could give us some memes to review. So go definitely join that channel, and let's check it out. Want true change? The next big short the establishment duopoly elites corruption and theft of the people's purchasing power by Bitcoin. Nakamoto for president. Say yes. And it kind of takes like the Joe Biden sign branding. Okay, it's clever. It's clever. It's clever. It's kind of hard to understand, but guess what? It didn't make me laugh. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. What about you, Phil?
I guess I'm a lot nicer than you on this one, but
An 8. Okay.
I'm giving an 8. And I'll tell you, like for me, okay, the reason why I'm giving it an 8 is because it's using the election, which is something everybody understands.
Oh.
The one part that I think makes it a little difficult is that not everybody knows about the Chad, right? The head saying yes. So I think that might go over people's heads, but maybe they'll just understand it as everyone is thinking the same. So anyways, 8.0, I totally loved it.
I didn't, and it's interesting you said that because I didn't give it a higher score because I didn't think about the election and I didn't think about the Chad, even though I've seen that Chad thing so many times, but all I was focusing on was the messaging. So dude, I would have given it a higher score. So man, that's okay, true. Boys. That's true.
We'll have another chance. We'll give him another chance. He can post more memes.
Exactly. We'll give him another chance. It's just, you know how you get to Nico's heart. You got to make him laugh, and then I'll give you a good score. And Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by.
All right. Okay. So this is very, very bullish. Bitcoin exchange reserves down 5 billion in 2020, hints at whale accumulation. See, the thing, I kind of disagree when they say it's only whales accumulating. I would say that a lot of what, plebs, not high institutional investors, which is considered anyone with a portfolio of $10 million and above. I think that a lot of people are accumulating in 2020 because of the recent financial crash, man. And it scared a lot of people. Gold, basically made an all-time high, and Bitcoin kind of followed that because Bitcoin's being seen as this safe haven, right? And a great example of that is the MicroStrategy purchase. Michael Saylor explained it better than anyone. He said, "Listen, if you're in this African country and you want to sell, $450 million worth of gold, it's impossible. But with Bitcoin, you could literally do it in a heartbeat." So, that's super bullish that more Bitcoin is getting off of exchanges and into the hands of the people. What do you think, Phil?
Well, just to start off, better than gold, it's Bitcoin. So, that was a great example that you gave. And what I think of that is that, to your point, I don't think that it's just the whales accumulating. I can tell you there's lots of plebes, out there that are just quietly stacking really, really hard. Yes, of course, those numbers may seem insignificant, but when you put all of our numbers together, they add up, and the reality is that we're not storing our Bitcoin on these exchanges.
Nope. And remember when American Hodl, he tweeted. He tweeted and he put a collage of all these people.
Did you see that?
The Cash Apps. It's like 100K there, 100K there, 100K there. Me and you have shown each other's Cash Apps. We not to dox ourselves, but it's a decent amount, right? So it's like definitely not American Hodl status, but so it's like, dude, a lot of people, a lot of these die-hard believers, man, they're just stacking some sats. And the next piece of news, Phil, it's negative, but I'll tell you why it has a silver lining. Okay, this kind of made this kind of went over the news cycles today, and basically the headline is terrorists allegedly sent funds to Syria via French Bitcoin coupons.
What is a Bitcoin coupon?
I have no idea. French law enforcement officers arrested 29 alleged terrorist network members that send funds to Syria via Bitcoin coupons. So I don't know what a Bitcoin coupon is, but essentially look, it explains it right here. As Decrypt explained, French customers can buy special cryptocurrency coupons worth up to 250, roughly 292 US dollars, provided mostly by local firms. Okay, so it's a way to circumvent KYC. Okay, but why is this? Why
Apparently
is this?
not.
Why? So why is it? Why is this? Why is this? Why is this? Why is this good? Like, you know, terrorism is bad. You know, fund these terrorist organizations is bad. But why is this good? Like, why? Because it's the mere fact that, man, it takes the power away from the government. The sanctions, the ability for the government to censor the money, which we've seen countless cases of it being used politically, like against Julian Assange, against Proton Mail, against WikiLeaks, right? So the fact that they couldn't stop Bitcoin being sent, you know, even though it was to a horrible organization, is just it just shows the power of Bitcoin, you know?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. You know, there's that aspect. I guess another way to maybe frame it is I like to think of it, why this would be good, as it shows that Bitcoin reduces the friction in a transaction. And what a lot of people don't realize is that quite often, you know, unfortunately, criminals are the first people to take up new technologies, or people that are doing things that are seen by society as, you know, somewhat shady. And the reason why they take on these new technologies is because there's nobody really tracing them or anything like that yet. And the surveillance technology based on that doesn't exist, or is, you know, less than practical. So as a result, they use these technologies that reduce friction. And then eventually, more and more people catch on to using them, and then they start getting used in the mainstream. You know, take a look at cell phones, take a look at pagers, right? Stuff like that. It's criminals that were really using pagers to start with.
Absolutely. And you know, and
cell phones.
Just to kind of follow
when
it
it comes
up
to society.
Just to kind of follow it up, you know, like, look, this happens all the time. Okay. So it's rules for you, but not rules for me, right? JP Morgan set to pay nearly $1 billion in spoofing penalty. This happened to Wells Fargo. This happens to every big national bank, and they see it as a cost of business.
Yep.
But if you're a small fish, if you're just a regular dude, they will kill you for money laundering.
But for the hammer.
But for the banks, man, they were just caught not too long ago. They were just caught laundering money for criminals. So, but they just get a slap on the wrist. It's a cost of business. They expect that they're going to get penalized. They expect it. They put it into their balance sheet every single year, but they do it anyway.
Wasn't HSBC found out to be like the biggest money launderer or something like that? I remember there was an article about that at least a year or so ago. I don't recall it anymore, but there was definitely something about how many billions of dollars they laundered. So, you know, the reality is what you just said. You know, these people, it's a cost of doing business. And not only that, but if they wanted to check into it, they would. They simply choose not to. You know, they're not going to sit there and take less money from a customer if they don't have to. So they're going to do business. They will always do business.
100%.
Oh, there you go. HSBC.
100%. HSBC, mafia banking, money laundering, and cashing in on drug cartels. And guys, the thing is, this happens literally on a monthly basis. Yep. And no one is making a big deal. It is a complete double standard. And if you pay if you're getting paid in cash, the IRS breaks down your door, just shuts down you completely, assuming that you're money laundering. Okay, fine. You're hiding, $2,000 in taxes here and there. Okay, not a big deal. These banks, every day, they're immune from it, and that's what Bitcoin fixes, man.
Yep.
Fix the money, fix the world. Phil, there's a software release today. Why don't you tell us about it?
Software releases. Aqua, non-custodial single sig wallet, made for anyone to get quickly started with Bitcoin and Liquid, and this is on iOS only. So Aqua wallet, very interesting. You know what? I'm gonna check that out. That's what we got.
And it's cool because it's developed by Blockstream too. So
yeah,
It's interesting. I'm definitely going to check that out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Simply Bitcoin. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as we did. Again, Phil and I would not be here if it wasn't for your guys' support. So don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.